Hey everybody, Dr. Dennis Ciccone from Ciccone Family Chiropractic and Wellness Center. I am so excited you're here today. Want to share with you a topic that gets a lot of excitement in our office, which is what's in your medicine cabinet. So lots of people are looking to us for solutions holistically for the things that they typically have in their medicine cabinet. So that's what we're going to go through today. A little bit about us in our practice. One of the things that really sets us out and apart from other offices is we use a tested process of healing. So everything we do in our office, whether it's testing or a process that we've proven that model with multiple patients, we're always looking to make sure that it's a model that's going to be reproducible and get you results. That way we know that the process works. We're not guessing with you. So it saves a lot of time, energy, money, and frustration. You just follow the process, you get well. Our processes are very individualized. So any program you go through with us, it's not going to be cookie cutter. There's going to be pieces that are specific to you. The processes are similar, just like going through a college course, for example. There's a beginning, a midterm, and an end, and there's objectives we're trying to meet as we go through. But how we get to that place is going to be different for everybody. Everybody has different needs and requirements based off of their body. You don't fit into one specific process. That's why so often you can see somebody get a result and then you'll try to do it and you'll fall short, or you'll read a book with this amazing program and you'll try it and you'll get so frustrated because it's not working. You need that individualized component to get you the results you're looking for. So we provide that. We give you the support. Not only do you need the information, you need the support. If you have questions, if you need, again, additional support just to say, hey, this is what you do, you can do this, encouragement, that's very important. And then we hold you accountable too. One of the things you'll see I talk about a lot is the frustration gap, which is the gap between your experience and your expectation. So there's a big gap usually when people reach out to us. If you share with us, any of our team members, what that goal is, when you're frustrated, when you're not hitting your goals, when you're not doing the right things, we're going to remind you of what that frustration gap is, because these are your goals that you're pushing towards, not something we're trying to get you to push towards. So these need to be very specific to you. And this is going to be a pulling force as you struggle through getting healthy, because it's always difficult to make lifestyle changes. We don't like to make changes. So you need a very strong why and a very strong reason to move towards those health goals. We'll always be reminding you of those. And again, empowering you. We want you to understand that this is a lifelong way to live. We want it to be aligned with you, what your goals are and what you're trying to achieve. So we don't want to create a system that you can't sustain or maintain long term. We want you to continue to get results relying on us less and less over time. Sure, we're still here to support you if you need help, but that's not the goal. The goal is for you to rely less and less on us, for you to be able to be doing well, other people to see how amazing you're doing, and then those patients to be referred in so we can help them. There are a lot of sick people. We need to help as many people as we can, and you become actually the light to so many other people as we empower and you be able to take this information to yourself, your family, and your friends and loved ones. So let's talk about what we have holistically in our medicine cabinet. I wanted to start with this one because this is one that's really exciting to me. I think everybody should have this in their house. This is colloidal silver. Now, I'll share a story with you. My son had conjunctivitis. Now, when I was growing up, I had conjunctivitis. I passed it from eye to eye, went to the doctor, had to get an exam. They gave me this cream. I had to put this miserable cream on. Then it passed from eye to eye. I was practically blind. Took several days, not because of the conjunctivitis, but just because of the cream having to be on my eyes. And it wasn't a great experience, and I learned a lot about colloidal silver in my chiropractic and holistic studies. And my son came down with conjunctivitis, had a little bit in his left eye. And instead of just going to the doctors and doing what I was taught, we ended up just spraying some silver in his eye. I ended up doing 6 to 12 sprays 3 to 4 times throughout the day. and his conjunctivitis cleared within 24 to 36 hours. Never spread to the other eye, wasn't a concern, didn't need to deal with the cream, the doctor's visit, any of that stuff. This is really potent. I've used this with patients, other patients as well, so it's not a single story. We also use this with our children and with other patients when they have an ear infection. So you can spray it in your ear and then just allow it to sit there. That works really well as well. The other thing you can do with the spray is you can take it internally. So if you have a sore throat, you can gargle with that. Or if you have like a gut infection or something going on, you can, again, swallow it and get the benefits that way. The silver also comes in a gel form and a nasal spray. So for individuals that have a lot of congestion, sinus issues, infections, the nasal spray works really well with that. The silver gel works really well for situations where like you have a cut. So instead of just spraying it where the spray might not stick to the area, you can apply it in a gel and now you have a better effect with that. So if you had a tick bite that you remove the tick and you want to make sure that there's antibacterial, antiviral, and immune system support there, that's a great way to do it. If there's a cut, you can clean the cut and then put that on there. Again, it's antibacterial, antiviral. So this stuff works great at clearing up any infections that you would have in your body. And it's a great first step. Obviously, if the infection is too much, contact your medical doctor. But most of the time, I have found that these work as long as we are being faithful and applying them properly and getting to them in a quick way. The other one I have down here is Clear Labs Therabiotic. This is a complete probiotic. It's a powder. So this works really well. It actually, you just put it in your mouth and drink it down. Doesn't taste bad at all. I recommend this for patients. If we do a stool test in the office and their healthy bacteria are low, we can actually target that and build those up with this probiotic. But one of the big places where it's really important and it's good to have on hand is if you are ever prescribed an antibiotic for you, yourself, or your family, one of the things I recommend in that case is when you take your antibiotic, take it as recommended, but then take this about 2 hours after every dose. When you take that antibiotic, it's going in there, it's killing the good and the bad. When you take this probiotic 2 hours later, you're helping to repopulate and keep up with the good. One of the hardest things is to repopulate the good when you're using these antibiotics because they go in and they kill everything. You want to make sure these good are in there because they are very important for long-term immune system health. Now, these products I'm sharing with you, if you go to our website, it's www.cicconechiro.com. That's CICCONECHIRO.com. You can apply for a FullScript account. Now, one of the reasons we use FullScript is it's the largest distributor for holistic providers in the country. So we know that they're good quality supplements. One of the things that we see a lot of is there's a lot of other discounted supplements. And what we found is lots of times these are discounted, one, because they've been in a warehouse that's hot, so the potency is really low, or they're very close to their expiration date, or they've even expired and then they've used other labels to try to recreate it. So we use FullScript in our office because one, we're confident of the potency. We know you're going to get good quality product. They distribute your supplements within a couple days. It's free shipping, anything over $50. If you ever have a problem with your product, they'll send you a replacement. They're very good with their customer service, so we love that. So it gets there quick, it's affordable. The prices are very competitive. And if you are a client of ours in any of our programs, you will get an additional 10%. But if you are signed up under our website, we do promotions as well where we share information, or like we might do a Black Friday special that anybody that's a member of our account will get a discount. So you get added benefits whether you're a patient or not. So it's just a great way to, one, get quality supplements, and two, take advantage of some discounts that we offer whenever we're doing talks or we're promoting, or if you follow my videos and you see something that we talk about, you'll be able to find the exact brand and that recommendation and then get those discounts as well. So let's talk about anti-inflammatory. So one of the things that I really like to use in our office is turmeric. I love using liquid herbs for those of you that are patients. For those of you that are not, the liquid herbs, they don't taste very good. So, but they are very effective. First, they're absorbed very well. And the other reason that I like liquid tinctures is because if you take the turmeric and you put it in an alcohol extract, what it does is it absorbs out all of the constituents and the benefits of that plant. So when you do a liquid alcohol extract, you're getting one, better absorption, and two, you're getting all of the benefits of that herb at the same time in the way it was designed. When you take a capsule, what happens is they take all of the water out of it and then they pulverize it and then they put it into capsule form. What happens is you might get certain parts of the plant, but you're not getting all of the plant together working as synergistically. So one, absorption's a little bit lower, and two, effectiveness is going to be lower. Does it still work? Yes. And if you have a good quality supplement, you're going to get a better result than using something that's less expensive and again not as good quality, been sitting in a warehouse. Again, there's very little regulation with these things, so lots of companies understand that if they sell something cheaper, they're going to sell more of it. That doesn't necessarily mean you're getting anything. You might just have expensive pee and poop at that point because the quality of what they're giving you may be so low. So don't base it off of cost, base it off of brand and what you're trying to achieve, and then also the results that you're looking at. So MediHerb is a wonderful product. Again, we have that on our Fullscript account, works very well. Another capsule that you can do that works really well for anti-inflammatory is Boswellia. So Boswellia is wonderful as well. Those can all be found on our Fullscript account. When you go to the site, after you log in and just put in some general information, there's a search bar at the top that says catalog. You could just search for this. So just MediHerb turmeric or MediHerb Boswellia. Or you could just put turmeric and then you'll see, 30, 50, 100 options. There's over 20,000 supplements on there, all, again, good, high quality. And all are great. I'm just giving you the recommendations of what I use in my office. Oftentimes patients will ask me, what is a good multivitamin? The best multivitamin that I recommend is actually Catalin gluten-free from Standard Process. Standard Process is the same company as MediHerb, just on the supplement side. And Catalin gluten-free is obviously a gluten-free alternative, but it's made with whole foods, and that's why I use it. So this is really important for somebody that's eating healthy but wants to supplement the nutrition that they're getting on a regular basis. The reason whole food supplements are so important is because they're actually using food to get you your multivitamin, and they're putting this into this capsule. So when you get a synthetic multivitamin, what they're doing is they're figuring out how to make these vitamins synthetically, and then they're putting it into a capsule form at high levels, which is great with that side. But there's a lot of cofactors that are necessary in order to absorb that. So if you're taking supplements that are not whole food supplements, what happens is you'll get a lot of the vitamins, but then your body needs to make up for these cofactors. So it can actually end up making you deficient or depleted in other areas, which are really important for like detox processes or hormone support. So Catalin gluten-free Standard Process, this is a multivitamin that I recommend for all of my patients. Lots of patients ask me about fish oil. This is great for heart health. This is great for keeping your omega-3, 6 fatty acids in proper ratios, heart health, anti-inflammatory, cholesterol issues. So this is just great cardiovascularly across the board. So we use Pro Omega Nordic Naturals. There's a 2000 and a 2000 Junior. These have lemon flavor to them. So sometimes people will burp after having their supplement, so it just makes it a little bit better than if it's a fish type smell. You're getting that lemon side of things. The other thing with a fish oil that's really important, if you have a fish oil that you're using, one great test you can do to see if it's a good high quality is to put it in the freezer overnight. Take it out in the morning. If it's frozen, then it's not a very good fish oil. If it's not frozen, good high quality concentrated fish oil. So that's a test you can do today. This passes the test. I've done that test with this. Again, but you can always test, make sure the product is good. You want to make sure that when you're investing time, money, and energy into being well, that what you're doing is actually getting the benefit you're looking for. Immune system support. So there's lots of options. We use a company called Pure Encapsulations for zinc, vitamin C. There's a company, Allergy Research Group, and then Echinacea. This one goes back to MediHerb. If you've ever, again, been in my office and you've tasted the liquid Echinacea, you can feel this working immediately. You'll get this type of sensation inside of your mouth, and it's an experience like you've probably never had before if you haven't had Echinacea. It's pretty incredible. It's really powerful and potent and really supports the immune system. Something with Echinacea is if you do take it and you have that flavor in your mouth, you drink some water after, the flavor actually gets stronger. So you have to actually enjoy the experience for a little while this is working inside of your mouth. And again, it doesn't taste good, but the benefit is tremendous, and it's the poor taste is going to be over quickly. The effects of it are going to last for hours, days. So that's what we want to see with the Echinacea. The other thing that I've learned since creating this PowerPoint that I found really helpful with patients is chamomile can be something that's really helpful. We sell this in a liquid form as well, also from MediHerb. My recommendation for this is 1 teaspoon 4 times per day. This is just with the chamomile, 1 teaspoon 4 times per day. You could do the same with the Echinacea if you feel like you're getting sick, just to stay ahead of it. 1 teaspoon 4 times a day. These are not things you would take all the time. They're things that you would take more specifically when you're getting sick. You can take zinc, you can take vitamin C on a regular basis, but the Echinacea for a higher dose like that would be 1 teaspoon 4 times a day, as well as the chamomile. If you wanted to take it more on a regular basis, the proper dose would be half a teaspoon, 1 to 2 times per day. So again, you're going to be taking a lot less if you're not in an actual episode of feeling like your body is getting sick or fighting something off. But back to chamomile. So chamomile actually fights for the same receptor, which is called an ACE2 receptor on the lungs, as COVID does. So if you've been exposed to COVID, or somebody you know has been exposed to COVID, or you're starting to get symptoms associated with COVID, one of the best things you can do is take that chamomile, 1 teaspoon 4 times a day. Again, it's the liquid, just drink it down. And what it's going to do, it's going to fight for those receptor sites. So one, you're not going to get as much lung irritation and symptoms as you would if you didn't do it. And two, your recovery will be a lot faster. You'll get over it a lot faster than other people with the same exact strand going through it. So chamomile, great option, especially dealing with COVID, which so many people struggle with these days and is everywhere. Prenatals. So we have lots of patients that come in trying to have babies, making babies, having babies. So this is obviously a big part of our practice. If you are trying to get pregnant, are pregnant, or are even breastfeeding, and you're looking for a good overall supplement, Catalin, again, can be great, but this is going to be some additional support for you and baby. So you could do the Catalin and the prenatal. You could do both of those if, again, you're trying to get pregnant, are pregnant, or are breastfeeding, just to make sure you're getting all that nutrition for you and baby. Antihistamines, this is another one. So lots of times people have Benadryl, right, for antihistamine benefits. Albizia is actually the herb that they used when they were creating Benadryl. So same mechanism of function when we talk about Albizia. Now in our office, we'll use Albizia when somebody is eating a food that they know their body has responded to from the food sensitivity testing we do. It helps to minimize the effect because it has that antihistamine effect inside of the gut. Now they sell this again in a liquid and a capsule. I already talked about the benefits of the liquid over the capsule, but again, the capsule works well if you can't get the liquid in. Other things to know about the liquid is you can actually apply it to the skin. So if you have a rash or something that's itchy, you can apply it to the skin. If you're trying to use this with a child that just won't drink it and you want to use the liquid, you can also apply it to the skin. It's absorbed in. Sometimes it will stain, so I recommend doing it to like the back of the knee or the belly or an area that people aren't going to see. But again, it's a good way to get a benefit if you're looking for a holistic approach and you're not trying to use Benadryl, get the same antihistamine type effect. Albizia is a great option. Vitamin D, this is one that every single person should be on. I have not found anybody in the world that does not need some level of vitamin D at some point. So my recommendation with vitamin D is to take 5,000 units whenever it's sunny per day. So that's summer and spring for me and people in the Northeast or areas where it's cold. Take 10,000 IUs in the fall and the winter. So again, you're taking it on a regular basis. It's great to have it with K2. We use orthomolecular products, or there's a vitamin D supplement. We also recommend Designs for Health. Both great brands. Just look at it, make sure it's a D3, K2, and make sure it's 5,000 units, because when you're taking it, if you're taking a 1,000, then you're going to have to take a lot to get that dosing up. I have found this with patients, even in Florida, they recommend some vitamin D. So this is something your MD will most likely be testing. If your number is somewhere between 60 and 80, that's the range I really like it. Once it starts to go 80 to 100, now you can start to come off of that if you're dosing with it. But their recommendation is usually to be above 30. That's a very low level. It doesn't give you a lot of the benefits, the immune system benefits or cancer fighting benefits of vitamin D. Vitamin D is very good. I love it for my patients between 60 and 80. Again, if you're from Florida or you're down south or you're in warm climates, it would be 5,000 every day. Now, some patients say like, okay, I'm at 100 or I'm at 90. What do I do if I have 5,000 capsules? What do I do if I can't take one a day anymore? Because that's what I've been taking on a regular basis. What I would recommend is then going 5,000 every other day or every third day, right? Because these are fat soluble supplements. They're going to stay in your body. You're not going to lose them. You're not going to have to continue to take them all the time. But again, I find it's very challenging to get your vitamin D up to 60 to 80. Very few people get it that high and then are able to maintain it there, especially with sunlight alone. So vitamin D, if I were to say any one supplement that I think everybody in the world should be on just for hormonal support, immune support, and difficulty getting it into the body, vitamin D is it. Let's talk about stress relief, pain relief, and sleep. So California poppy, kava, and valerian root. These are all really great, helping with pain relief. Stress relief specifically, I love California poppy for this. What California poppy does is it decreases the physiological effect of stress. So when your body is under stress, there are effects that are going on in your hormones in the back end that are causing disease, and it's not helping your body move towards health. California poppy minimizes the effect of that. It is the number 1 or number 2 selling herb that we have in the office, just because of one, the benefit, how many people are stressed, and how well people feel when they're using this when they're under stress. So in regards to sleep, valerian root and California poppy are the 2 best options. If you're doing the liquid, here's my recommendation with poppy or valerian root is to, before bed, when you know you're going to go to bed, 1 hour before, I want you to do a half a teaspoon every 20 minutes. So you're going to do a half a teaspoon. Let's say you're going to bed at 9, you do a half a teaspoon at 8, 8:20, 8:40, and then at 9. So every 20 minutes, you're doing another half teaspoon. If you don't feel the need, then you can stop taking it. But basically, you're just giving your body the signals. It's time to go to bed. This is what we're working towards. The other recommendation that I have is to decrease screen time, blue lights, stress. Do something like reading or something that's calming and relaxing. Your body understands that when the sun goes down, it's time to go to bed. When the sun comes up, it's time to wake up. We tend to have screens in front of us all the time and lights. So it's hard sometimes for your body to get the signal. So make sure you are decreasing those lights, doing any blue light blockers, or a lot of the computers now have the ability to turn on those things. Do all of that and then do that 1 hour before bed, and that will really help with sleep. Kava is really good with pain relief as well. So if you're really struggling with pain relief, California poppy, kava are the best. And again, just a couple options. You can check these out on Fullscript. Sugar cravings. So lots of my patients struggle with sugar cravings. Anybody here Struggle with sugar cravings? Yeah, sugar cravings are tough. So one thing that we use in the office is Gymnema. So Gymnema has been termed the sugar killer. Does a couple things that are really beneficial. One, it helps to stabilize blood sugar. So for diabetics, pre-diabetics, or again, people that are eating high amounts of sugar, it's going to help to stabilize that blood sugar more effectively than if you're not on it. The other thing it does specifically with the liquid is if you have it in your mouth, you're going to notice this sensation inside of your mouth, and it actually gets rid of your ability to taste the sweet. So it gets rid of the taste associated with it. So if you know that you are not very disciplined and you're not going to be able to avoid eating more and more sugar because you have the craving on, and instead of trying to willpower through it for the next 2 to 3 hours, you just take one shot of this. Again, 1 teaspoon for this one teaspoon, that's it. It's as needed with the craving. You are not going to be able to taste anything sweet for about 3 to 4 hours. So now you don't have to willpower through. You're going to taste it. You're not going to enjoy it. You're going to stop eating it. So it's a good way to get ahead of yourself and not have to try to willpower through these things. Constipation. This is a huge one, especially when we have patients that are trying to detox. They're backed up. It's not functioning well. Here's something to know. When you're thinking about whether wellness, weight loss, or any program for holistic health is important, you should understand you should be having 1 to 2 normal bowel movements every day. That's normal function. If you're having too little, that's constipated. You're having too much, not good as well. The gut is not functioning well, whether there's an infection, something's happening with the transition time, irritation, leaky gut, immune system issues, probiotics are off. There's reasons for this. Marshmallow root has been found to be very effective for our patients when they are feeling constipated. This one I recommend 1 teaspoon twice a day, and then I recommend building up to 1 teaspoon 4 times a day. So you start 1 teaspoon twice a day. If that doesn't get the bowels moving, you add in a third, and then you add in a fourth. Another thing that's really helpful is aloe. What I found is that if you use liquid aloe, we use Lily of the Desert, works really well. Whole leaf, organic. So you take 1 ounce before each meal. That really helps as well. So biggest things with constipation, we want to make sure the bowels are healthy, but we want to make sure those bowels are moving, because if they're not, toxicity can start to build up and you're not going to feel so well. And it can actually trigger like some autoimmune type issues as well. So we don't want that. And then protein powder. Most patients these days use a protein powder. So we love Ancient Nutrition Bone Broth Protein by Dr. Axe. There's a couple flavors listed here. There's lots of flavors on Fullscript. It's constantly rotating. The staples that are always there are chocolate and vanilla. My favorite is chocolate. I think they taste great, great benefits, good quality supplement, good quality protein, and I think it tastes great as well. My wife loves it. My daughter loves it. So those are the tests. When you get your family enjoying the taste of it and wanting to use it again, that's a great product. So thank you so much for being with me. I hope you have some ideas of how to change your medicine cabinet and get some supplementation, start working on other areas of your health. Again, if you're ever looking for more support, check out our website. There's within about 10 minutes, something will pop up that says, would you like to schedule a free strategy call with me or somebody on my team? Just get that checked. We'll have a talk and we'll see how we can help you. Our approach gives you the process. Our testing gives you direction. Our consults give you the answers and the support. Our chiropractic care, our supplements, herbs, and lifestyle recommendations give you the results. Now, I don't do chiropractic care in my office anymore. 95%, if not more, is virtual at this point. So when I'm working with a client that is in Florida or California or Texas, we're working to help them find a chiropractor. So if that's a part of your plan that we're going to do, then I will make sure that I give you recommendations on a good chiropractor. It doesn't have to be me. When I give you good supplementation, I'm not making those supplements. They're coming from a different company. So my job is to look at your goals, help you figure out that frustration gap, and then help you come up with the tools to give you the lifestyle recommendations so that you can hit those goals and you determine the speed. Because again, as accountable as you are, as well as you follow the process. Remember, everything we do in the office is tried and proven. It works. It works every time. That's why we have the specificity and the individualization, because we know what works and we know how to make those adjustments. So as long as you're following the plan, you're going to get some great results. So happy you were here today. Have a wonderful day. Look forward to talking soon.